Hello, how's it going? So I went over to Germany, over to Thomann a couple of weeks ago to take part in the Tholympics. It's basically the Olympics, but it's musical related and Thomann put it together. It was really cool. I hadn't been to Thomann since Synth Reactor in 2019. It was interesting to see how Thomann had grown. I got to play on some of the synthesizers. And also, the gaffer tape drum kit was still there. But anyway, my Tholympics teammate was Mary Lucia Rock, who bought a synthesizer because they were on their way to play a gig. And this instrument is really interesting because it's a completely DIY machine, and I thought it would be cool to have a chat with her about it. Hello, so we are at Tholympics. This is Mary Lou, my teammate for England, even though Mary Lou is
Française.
So, yeah, it's all good. But Mary Lou's bought this because you're going to a festival just after this, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to show my work at a festival in the trees, like in the forest next to trees. So I'm working on bird sounds and soundscape. And this is a bird machine.
So how long have you been building this machine for?
A couple of months, I think. It's based on Kelly Eaton circuits that I study a lot. It's two parts, like this part here is a main bird sound, and then when it's ground of the transistor and the ground of the capacitor is connected to itself, it's doing a very basic sound, like in a loop, yeah, whatever. But then I plug it into a stable multi-vibrator. So you have the ground of the transistor on itself and the ground of the capacitor connected to that, if I'm right.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do the opposite. So now it's the opposite. The transistor capacitor, I don't know what I said, is connected to a stable multi-vibrator here.
Yes.
Which acts as a control voltage oscillator, basically.
Yeah.
So you can play around and do many. The difference between all of these are a stable multi-vibrator, but their difference is the capacitor. Some are very quick, oscillating very, very quick, and this one, for example, is slow. So you change that, and then you play around. Which is nice with these small speakers. It's actually acting as a filter for me, because if I put it in a bigger speaker, then you have the other low frequencies that are a bit disturbing the sound. So now I keep it like that. I put it randomly.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, this one doesn't work. This one's dead. Okay, so you have this one. One of this one has to be fixed. In France, we have a woodpecker species that is disappearing, so I worked a lot on this species. But I only know the French name. It's like pic épéchette. It's based on a circuit. Found in the 80s on a book, like Canary Song, and these circuits all together is just a bird tweet loop.
Have you got a link to that circuit?
Yeah, I
we
do.
can use overlay.
Oh, actually, I have.
Oh, it's the zine.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've got a zine, and that has the bird. So that's Kelly Heaton.
That's Kelly Heaton. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then this is, so you've got that circuit here.
Yeah,
is it?
exactly.
And then you've got the one A stable multivibrator here.
Like it was just to show the principle, so you only have one here.
So this circuit is that part, correct?
Yeah.
And then this is one of those.
Yes, exactly.
But you've drawn that so as an example, but really you could cascade them as many as you'd like.
Actually, do like this.
Yes.
For example, I have an exhibition that you have like 10 birds, and they have like, each one have at least 2 stable multi-vibrator, but it can go until 6, 7, something like that.
Yes. Down here, not fully working right now, is it?
Nope. This is just a sequencer, like a 6-step sequencer, because you have 6 birds. It's just to put them in order to make a nice pattern. Here you can just choose like where the first one is going, on which step is going to be placed. Same for this, same for this, and for this, blah blah blah. And this is, it goes like from left to right if I keep the trigger here on the left. And this is how long it's gonna be on and how long it's gonna be off. And it works with relays that are just here.
Right in down there.
Yeah. I finished the mixer without trying it because then I got obsessed with something else in my atelier. So I realized today that it doesn't work.
And then you also plugged it earlier over in the Thomann guitar place into the Avalanche earthquake devices. So that sounded pretty funky.
This is a funny knob.
Oh, explain what you've got here, because I noticed there's a Bella sitting in there, isn't it?
So it's coded with pure data. It's a device that transforms your voice into bird sounds, basically. Wait, with a... It's a bit loud, right?
Oh yeah, it's very loud.
You have more tweets and shortcut somewhere. Or probably I touch resistance because everything is, you can see everything, which is nice because then I know what I have to change.
So I think the Canary Song circuit she was talking about was the electronic canary in the science fair 30-in-1 set. But to be honest, there was that circuit in nearly all of those educational sets. The thinking is you cascade other oscillators into this to interrupt it to make more complicated sounds. And as you can tell, these circuits definitely do have sonic characteristics that definitely reminisce birds doing sing-songs. She references Kelly Heaton as well, who is a prolific electronic instrument art designer. She has made multiple bird simulation circuits as well, but also back in the early 2000s made a wall out of Furbies. I'd love to see that in real life if it's still around sitting in a storage container. That would be fascinating. But at the start of the year in my European tour in Paris, Mary Lou actually gave me this box, and inside this box looks what is reminiscent to the circuits that are inside her briefcase of bird songs. Let's have a closer look at this box. What's inside of the box? Let's have a look-see, shall we? Here is a gift. It makes and modulates bird songs with 9 to 12 volts. You can plug the 2 astable multivibrator outs to modulate a song that you like. Well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. Thanks a lot. Nice. Awesome. This looks like the speaker circuit because I recognise this and it's connected to a speaker. This is one of the astable multivibrators, and this is the other one. These ones are exactly the same. We've got to figure out how to get the power into it, and when we've figured out the power, it should be pretty straightforward, right? Nice. So on the laser cut overlays, I understand she makes these in workshops, so check out our website if you want to get involved with these workshops and stuff. These are overlays to help build the machine. If you look closely at the circuit board, there's actually the schematic roughly drawn on the laser cut plastic, and then you put the stuff connected to the strip board on the back of the laser cut plastic. It's also got the plus and the minus, which means we plug the plus of the power supply into there and the minus into there, It's the same situation with these ones. You've got all of the circuit drawings laser cut onto the top of it. It looks really cool. Then you've got plus and minus. This output is connected to these. This output is connected to these, so it can either be a mini jack or a turret board prototype version. So the first thing we're going to do is bolt together a power and see if we can make some bird sounds. I've got a power supply here, but I assume you can just use a battery as well. We're going to plug it from here into the power line. So this is minus, so we'll get a wire going from there to there, a wire going from there to there, and there to there, and that's the minus connected. Like that. There we go. Now we need to do exactly the same with the positive. Red going to there, there, and there. Got the power supply wired in. Now we're going to turn it on. I'm going to put it on 9 volts. Let's turn it on, hope for the best. Oh, we've got flashing, we've got flashing. Now we get the jack cables and wire it into the input of this circuit and see what happens. Oh, it's coming, it's working. Let's plug this one into this one as well. So this is maybe, oh. There we go. How cool is that? If you want to look more into this, check Mary Lou's website. The link is below, by the way. This is a very modular method of making these bird sounds. There is actually at the museum a owl simulator. This is basically a 1970s magazine project. I've done a video on it. The link is also below. It's basically 3 of the ace-double multivibrators hardwired into each other to reminisce a owl. So you can come and play on that if you want. But the link and the information to all of this stuff is below. Go and say hello to Mary Lou. And I hope you found this interesting. As always, I'm Luke Mum No Computer. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and don't be scared to try it.
Oh yeah. Beautiful.